to contact the Port of Los Angeles and the Port of Long Beach about purchasing their cranes, which I was told you could buy for $1, and just as long as you dismantle it and bring it back to Guam. Unfortunately, the port did not follow through with it, or didn't follow through with it well enough to be able to get it, and they've told me that they couldn't do it. But I think we do need more cranes. I've been down there. I've seen how primitive, I mean literally primitive, the area is down there. And for our economy, I know that there have been some companies that have been willing to come to Guam, but they are unwilling to do it because they can't move the stuff through the port fast enough.
You know, recently we've seen private companies running an ad campaign talking about how the port is important. Without a doubt, the port is important to the people of Guam. But what's important about the port is that our port is available for us. Now, there are people out there that want us to take millions, tens of millions of taxpayer dollars and invest in building up the port infrastructure, basically so that we can unload ships faster. Now, all that does is benefit the profits of shipping companies, right, and contractors that have it. It doesn't really benefit the people of Guam. And after the military buildup, if it does come, what are we going to do left with this huge infrastructure? Nothing. We're going to have all this money that we as a people have invested in the port, and it's going to sit there rusting away because we no longer need the high capacity. Why should the people of Guam invest millions of dollars and indebт our children so that other companies can maximize their profits, especially off-island companies that don't even pay tax on Guam? That's just silly. And if I'm senator, I will do everything possible to prevent that from happening.
Guam is one of the few places in the country that workers do not have unemployment insurance. If you are elected, will you introduce a bill that makes unemployment insurance available for everyone?
I think one of the things that we definitely, as a legislative body, should I be fortunate enough to get in service, look at establishing an unemployment insurance program here that applies to the entire island community. And I think this is very important because I just received word that a family member in the mainland, because of the financial situations and challenges that her company is facing, she may be terminated very shortly. And one of the concerns that I had was, how is she going to be able to provide for herself, her husband, and her kids? And she said that she is covered by, she will be provided, at least for a limited time frame, unemployment insurance. That is a fallback in terms of anyone being arbitrarily terminated as a result of the work environment. And that tells you that there's a system already in place in other parts of the nation that we need to adopt here in Guam. It's going to require a little bit of investment on the part of private firms, but I think it's an investment that certainly would be very supportive of not only the employee base, but also the government of Guam trying to partner with the private firms so that in fact we can establish this program that would ultimately benefit the employees. If, in fact, the employers are truly concerned about the employees, then I'm sure that we can work out a mechanism so that there's a win-win situation for the employees and the employers in terms of providing unemployment insurance.
You know, this whole idea of insurance it's a very sensitive topic. It requires a lot of information to be brought out to the lawmakers as well as to the public. Guam has several insurance policies, types of mechanisms in place right now, one of them being group auto insurance that's never been implemented by the executive branch. I think if you look at whether or not we're going to require unemployment insurance, you have to balance Guam's current economic situation against what the contributions would be to the taxpayer versus what benefit it would create for the employee. And as many people say, Guam is blessed with having one of the strongest merit systems throughout the nation, and that it's very difficult to terminate a classified employee because of the way the Civil Service Commission, the legislature, and the Organic Act itself has structured itself to protect the classified employee. So when you talk about that insurance that may be a catch-all, you're talking about a welfare type system that I'm not so sure that the classified employees actually need some form of protection, quite frankly. And I think unclassified employees, when they take those positions, do so with the knowledge that they could be terminated at will and without any benefits thereafter, and they get compensated at a higher salary than do other employees because of that insecurity of the position that they take.
I think unemployment insurance is absolutely essential, and you want to have parity with mainland workers. And I think the intent of unemployment insurance is very, very commendable and necessary. And while there have been abuses throughout the United States on people that take advantage of those insurances, if you are unexpectedly terminated or laid off because of changes in employment conditions, I think those are protections that our people should have, and I certainly will proffer a legislation in that direction. I'll be glad to co-sponsor or introduce it myself.
I think it should be available to everyone. We've come a long way on our island. We do have a very active private sector. We should do what other communities in the states do and take care of our people when they lose their jobs and give them an opportunity to continue to feed their families and do all the things they need to do until they find another position. Yes, I would support it, and I would help draft legislation with my colleagues.
This concludes GFT's first show, Democracy Forum 2008. All 8 candidates did a wonderful job responding to the rather difficult questions we had. We hope now you have a better understanding of where our candidates stand. You heard their responses, and now it is up to you to decide who will fight for Guam's working families so that we can have a better quality of life we deserve.
I would certainly encourage our people to get out there and actually vote in this upcoming election. The next 2 years is going to be the turning point in terms of dealing with the military build-up and then ensuring that the build-up benefits our island and benefits our people. When you look at the military build-up, it provides a lot of opportunities and a lot of challenges. We have infrastructure challenges. We have worker employment challenges because we need to prepare and properly train our people so that they can fit into these good high-paying jobs that eventually may come to Guam as a result of the military build-up. These are situations that we need our people to be involved in. And how do our people get involved in this process? By electing the individuals that they have every confidence in and that they can trust will carry this territory and this island community over the next 2 years. So I encourage our people, I encourage our public employees, I encourage everyone who's a registered voter to please come out and vote and exercise your right.
Happy day. My name is Rosanna San Miguel, and I want to thank everybody for this opportunity to address the issues at hand today with GFT. So I'd like to thank GFT for this opportunity. I'm here because I really care about the people of Guam, and I really believe that every time I think of a mother that has to work over night shift and extra hours just to make ends meet, and when we have to see teachers go to classroom trying to scrape together materials for their classroom, or when we're forced to see people fundraise to just go off-island for off-island surgery, or the vet here on island, or our retirees having to stay within their means of work, I really believe that it's time for us to come together and put our families first in all policies, whether it be tourism, the military buildup, or the environment for our island. Thank you.
And I think it's important to serve the needs of our people in the most critical areas with education, health, and public safety. And of course, growing our business community and getting jobs and getting our government very, very efficient. I've taken on the task of trying to reorganize government because my belief is that an efficient government can better serve our people and save us some money in the long run.
Well, I want to thank the Guam Federation of Teachers for the opportunity to participate in your question and answer session, and I want to commend the Guam Federation of Teachers for the breadth and depth of the different issues that have been presented to us as candidates. And I think GFT has an important role to play on Guam and is fighting for the people of Guam.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for all their support and belief over the last few months in making this success it is. Please get involved in your democracy. Don't forget our 3 points of moving forward to make a better life for all of our families and decent middle-class jobs. You know, when working families get involved in our democracy, working families win. So please get out and vote on November 4th, and remember, together we win.